Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to another edition of Chalk Talk with your host, me, JB. I have Coach Faircloth with me from Hedgesville High School. Coach, this is the first time I'm on here this year. How you doing?
Good. How about yourself, man?
Man, I'm doing great. It's lovely to have you on here. Coach, I'm gonna jump right into it. You guys are 0-4, but you guys have had a pretty tough schedule so far. Nitro, Washington, Morgantown, Martinsburg. That's like four playoff teams. So people look at 0-4 and think, oh my God, Hedges was terrible. But what is it like coming into the season on a rebuild, trying to get back on track and having such a tough schedule at the beginning of the year?
I think for us, that was a key point for us to try to challenge these young kids early. Um, you know, going against Nitro, when I scheduled Nitro didn't have all the players they have now. I mean, they
Yeah.
went on, you know, but at the end of the day, it was a good opportunity for us to go play a really good football team. And I'll be honest, uh, I mean, they had size, speed, they had it all. They were the complete package. And we did some things really good in that game. But our youth really showed up in late in that game, right? Probably about right before half, it really showed up. Um, and then, Washington, early on, we shot ourselves in the foot. But in the second half, I think we started to show what we could be.
Yeah.
We cut that almost to a one-score game. We went to a two-point conversion. We just dropped it. And then, you get into Morgantown. Morgantown right now is a buzzsaw. That quarterback they got is a game changer as far as he makes everybody right. Because, I mean, they run that jet sweep, that zone read type stuff, and then all of a sudden he pulls it and he's gone. And then Martinsburg's Martinsburg. I mean, it's, and if you look at it, we've played on the road against Nitro.
Yep.
We played on the road against Washington. We played on the road in Morgantown.
You guys
And
got
that,
miles, coach. You guys have got some miles.
and then we come home against Martinsburg in the first quarter. It was 15-7. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, there's some things that we can grow on here. But then it went back to that youth and that inexperience of just being consistent in what we're trying to do. So that's what we try to do over the bye week is clean up a lot of those things.
Well, coach, I see you scored 14 points, 20 points, and 7-7. Um, What do you think is the cause of that? You come out, you score 14 points against Nitro. Like I said, you're in there against Washington, and then you have 7-7. Is it the caliber of teams, or is it mistakes or whatever you make? What caused you, to stutter a little bit on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, I think the shot that we had against Martinsburg was great execution on the O line up front. They blocked it really well. Chaz climbed the pocket, and we got one of our most athletic receivers behind him. Um, it's just being consistent in the blocking phase, being consistent in our route running,
Yeah.
being consistent in our tackling, our alignment assignment stuff. That's where, and we were just sitting here talking about. I was just sitting here talking with Brody about it. Is trying to get consistently good at what we want to do.
Yeah.
And I think it's just reps. And like I said, I mean, we graduated 2021 seniors last year.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And, now we got a lot of guys young. I mean, at one point, we had freshmen on the field for us this year, and we're starting a lot of sophomores. So we knew we would have some hiccups early and some growth. But now it's like we told the guys today, now we need to see the alignment assignment, the discipline, the
Yeah.
commitment to do things right. And that's part of the process.
Well, listen, anybody with a schedule like you guys had coming out is going to face some hiccups. You're going into a game against Jefferson High School. They scored 7 points in 4 games. Um, But I think, and you also think they have a lot of speed and they have big playability. Even they haven't put up a lot of points. What concerns you about their offense that maybe they can explode, as they're trying to say this Friday, trying to get back on track, scoring points?
I mean, we say it all the time. They're a Jefferson team. They got all the athletes in the world. I mean, you look at it. Their track programs,
Yeah,
their track program, and those guys are on a football field, and it does translate. I was at the game Friday night. I went and watched them play Martinsburg, and I came home and said, I said, athlete for athlete, they can play with anybody.
yeah,
Uh, and they kicked the ball off to Tony there to start the second half, and as soon as it went up in the air and I seen it heading to him, I said, well, why would they do that?
yeah.
Um, but it's that type of ability they have that at any point, those guys in space, it's a problem. Um, And I think across the board, I think it goes back to the same things that we're having with us is the consistency across the board of what they want to do. But you can see it. You can see it.
Yeah.
It's there. And, we're not denying that fact. Like we haven't even talked about them being, winless because that don't mean anything. We both
Yeah.
played pretty tough teams up to this point. But at any point, they can put up 40 or 50 or 60 on you quick.
Well, they're looking to get back on track. You guys are looking to get back on track. But I want to turn to the offense side of the ball. You got a quarterback in Chaz. Came there as a freshman. He's growing. How has his growth been from since he's got there to now? Just in the pocket, getting bigger, stronger. What have you seen from him that's developed him into that leader, the person he is today?
I mean, the thing about Chaz is a leader. He doesn't get too worked up on anything. He stays a consistent kid, no matter what he's going through. When you're last year when he was getting sacked a lot
Yeah,
and getting a lot of pressure on him, not one time did you ever hear him complain about it. He went to the process and he went to the weight room this offseason. He's put on some size. He's ran the ball really well for us this year, stepping up in the pocket and taking off when he can. He delivers a ball on time.
yeah.
And that's a hard thing at this level to find a quarterback that can climb the pocket and deliver a ball on time. But the biggest thing for him is the growth. That's in his work ethic. That's in the process of what he does. That's just him.
Yeah.
Um, and if you look at like right now, I mean, stats wise, he's up there. I mean, he's completing a high percentage. He's low in interceptions. His touchdowns are good. His rushing yards are good because he's reading what the offense is giving him, and when that
Yeah.
offense spreads it out, he takes off.
He
And that's
seems to be
another.
a smart kid for your team. So my question, Jefferson, I said scored 7 points in 4 games, but their defense has been stout all year long. What problems can they present to you guys if you don't pack what you have to pack going into the game Friday night?
Like on film, they got size, they got athleticism, they got it all. They got like when you watch them on film at Owen, that Owen 4, whatever they are, it doesn't it
Yeah,
doesn't, you know what I mean. But I think again, it goes back to the consistency. But it's you look at it, the number 64 for him on the D line, the kid gets off the ball. Their backers, they fly when the open windows are there for them. And anytime the ball gets in space, they got guys that can track you down.
yeah,
So it's one of those things they're willing to give you some things because they know they're close the distance on you pretty
yeah.
quick. But it's their defense, and we talked about it all week and last week is, they're going to give you some things, but as soon as you catch it, you better be ready to pack your lunch because it's coming. They closed their pursuit of the football. I said it on my interview with TV10 today was, they asked what sets them apart. I think their pursuit of the football. Like the Friday night, I don't think I've seen maybe a couple times where they didn't have 7, 8 guys around the football flying down to it. So that's the first phase of defensive football is your pursuit.
Yeah, they really have been impressive this year. But like I said, you both are trying to get on track. So anything is possible, anything is capable. So my thing to you, special teams. Who may be a breakout player, somebody to watch for on your special teams? Because we all know it's a three-phase sport and people tend to lose the sight of special teams. Who do you think could make a big play for you guys?
I'm gonna tell you, man, like Chris Williams is one of the better athletes in the state of West Virginia. He was a heck of a return man last year. He was all conference player left for us last year. But Zay Collier's back there, Woody Smith. But I'll tell you, man, the one phase that we've gotten a ton better in is our ability to place kicks because of our kicker Mason Janey. He's a little guy, but he's very accurate where he
Yeah.
kicks the ball. And he's also got 3 touchdown saving tackles. A kid who was playing soccer most of his life and elected to come out and play football. And I bring it up all the time in the film room all the time. I said, our best tackler is our kicker right now because all 85 pounds of him. But
Hey, as long as he's putting his head in there, his nose in there, that's all that matters.
and he knows the game plan. Like,
Yeah.
hey, we don't want to kick it to this guy. Don't kick it to him. Be accurate where we want to put it on the ground, sky kick, stuff like that. And he's put the time in the weight room to be able to have the confidence to stick his nose in there and start making some tackles.
Well, Jefferson definitely has some people that can make big plays on the special team side of the ball. So that's good that you have a kicker that is smart enough not to make that mistake. So just leaving here tonight, Coach, I just want to ask you because we talked about Chaz, I talked about your defense, talked about offense. What does your defense have to pack? What's one
To
thing that you cannot afford to do against Jefferson's offense Friday night?
be undisciplined. You cannot be undisciplined because if we don't squeeze on the down block or we don't stay leveraged in our pursuit or our angles, it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
Because if we don't inside out and we don't outside in and squeeze these guys and vice them down to get those double tackles, they break them, they're gone.
Understandable, coach. It is an EPAC game that, the environment's going to be crazy. I always say, I hope you guys have a healthy game, healthy season. I appreciate you being on here. We say at Home Team Sports, we like to see our kids succeed both on and off the field. Coach, wish you the best of luck. Hope you guys get on track. And I look forward to meeting you again this year, to have you again on here. And so just have a good game and good luck.
All right. I appreciate your time, man.
Always.